And we are back on Out and About today talking best books of 2020 with authors Julia Heaberlin and Greg Howard. All right, right before the break, we mentioned that we were going to talk to Julie about what I might call a little self-help category, Untamed, which I know a lot of people have heard of, and one word. So Julie, just jump right in and tell us what made those books make the list for you.
You know, I guess this was the year for self-help books, even though I'm not a huge fan of them, but it was suggested to me by a friend to read Untamed, and I found it really empowering and profound in spots. Basically, Glennon Doyle has told us about being addicted, being bulimic, having a traditional family, being with, I guess, traditional in quotes, with a husband and 3 children. And then this book is about her realizing her true self, falling in love with a gay woman, and letting go of, you know, all of society's rules and structures and the way she felt she was programmed to be. So she is a woman who really lives her life out loud. She calls it sort of burning things to the ground when you change your life, and you have to burn things and grieve them and let them go, and that's okay. Now, for me, there was a little bit of, you can't sacrifice other people to be happy all the time, but her general message was very good for everyone, especially for women.
Excellent. Yeah, and I've seen Glenn on quite a few shows, and it's a great book. One word. Tell me a little bit about that one.
That was just the other self-help book I read. The idea is that you pick one word for the year. So I thought this was be good for New Year's, and then try to live that word instead of compiling, as I often do, 1,000 resolutions. I think my one word is going to be confidence. Not quite sure why, but that's going to be it. I considered Untamed, the word Untamed.
Excellent. All right, so I do want to segue into one that you also put on your list. This one came out a couple of years ago, and it's one of my all-time favorite books, and I just so agreed, and so I'm like, let's talk about that one. It's by, of course, our other guest, Greg Howard. Tell me about The Whispers. What caught your eye, what caught your ear on that one?
Well, The Whispers belongs under a lot of Christmas trees. I mean, I really believe it's a classic. It's such a magical reality tale about a boy who is trying to not only deal with the loss of his mother, but come to terms with his own sexuality. And, you know, Riley's such a vulnerable, wonderful, brave kid setting out into the woods, into the forest to determine whether the whispers he hears are really are going to lead him to his mother. So you never really quite know what is his imagination and what is reality. And I like to play with that myself, and he did it brilliantly. So I love that book. Everyone should read it. Adult, child, everyone.
Absolutely. I second everything you said on that. So, Greg, it really is just a little masterpiece of a book.
Thank you. I'm very humbled.
Absolutely. All right. So I want to make sure that we get a number of things in. So one thing that I did, Greg, just kind of quickly, one of the books that is on your list, Darius the Great Deserves Better. In about 20 to 30 seconds, kind of tell me what you liked about that one.
That is a follow-up by Adib Khorram of Darius the Great is Not Okay. It's about an Iranian-American teenager living in Los Angeles and how he copes with his own sexuality and his classmates and falling in love.
All right, so put that on your list. Darius the Great Deserves Better. Now let's talk about what to look for, what you're looking forward to in 2021. Julie, I want to go to you first. Project Hail Mary. Tell me what you're looking forward to about that one.
Well, I think it's still going to be a year where we need a lot of escapist fiction, and this was written by Andy Weir, who also wrote The Martian. If you're not familiar with the book, you're probably familiar with the movie with Matt Damon, and this involves an astronaut waking up in space with 2 dead comrades, not remembering his name or what his mission is, and his mission is to save the world. So that sounds pretty good to me, and he always mixes a lot of real science in his books, and it's coming in spring of 2021.
Absolutely. Sounds like a winner. All right, Greg, let's go with yours, The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal.
Yeah, Scandal and Shipwrecks. Don't forget that. This is the third in the Montague trilogy, Montague Siblings trilogy by Mackenzie Lee, who gave us A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which I fell in love with Percy and Monty. And Monty's back, and he has a new brother, and it's about their adventures trying to find the secrets of their family. I can't wait. It's coming in February of 2021.
Oh, that is going to be great. So I'm putting all your list on my list. Okay, I also want to talk about what you guys are working on coming up, because I know you're both writing right now. You're getting ready with new books. Julie, tell me, what's coming next for you?
Greg and I were talking about how hard it is to write right now, but I'm writing a book that stars a psychic and a conspiracy theorist, which means that I am listening to a lot of odd conspiracy podcasts and getting into that mindset. So that's my world right now, which is sort of reflects real life, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I can only imagine. So, Greg, tell me back. I'm going to circle back with the question with both of you. But, Greg, what are you working on right now?
The Whispers. The Visitors is the new book coming out next year, and it's a queer ghost story about a kid stuck on a plantation, but it's really his spirit that is stuck there. And I'm kind of working through edits, and it's been tough this year, as Julie said. It's been tough to get in that mind frame. So I'm actually looking forward to editing versus writing.
Oh, I can only imagine. We've got about 30 seconds left. I'm going to ask both of you. You mentioned it's hard writing right now. So kind of what is your secret, though, to doing the writing? Julie?
Basically, it's just sitting down and waiting till the words come out. And if that takes 6 hours and you have 4 good paragraphs, that's just the way that it goes. So, but it's been like that, very chaotic in my head and unable to really focus and write well. But I'm getting there. So
excellent. All right, Greg, you 10 seconds. Tell me.
Hiking and writing in my brain while I'm hiking has really helped this year, helped me focus. So that helps a lot.
All right. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed this. So we could do this for an hour. So let's put it on our calendars, though, to do this in the near future again. All right?
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Great. Thank
you,
Chuck.
Seeing you both. And once again, you can find Julia's latest, We Are All the Same in the Dark, and Greg's Middle School's a Drag in bookstores and online everywhere. Don't go anywhere. Brent and Pam are up next to talk television 2020.